Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with Goran and Kirk from PickDawgz. Thank you for joining us. It's Sunday, it's April 13th, and we have another slate of great games on the schedule. We only have a long for video for Sunday, I believe 16 games or something like that. And even though Jack is not here, you're getting his free picks as well. He's sick at the moment, so he wasn't able to join us. But have in mind, he'll be back for those Champions League and Europa League games that we have next week as well. Uh, of course, check out the rest of the free picks up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. There's that MLS video with a bunch of games for Saturday and Sunday MLS slate. And we'll have preview picks, of course, as well. Kirk will probably have some NBA too. I'm not sure whatever else is going on right now. Kirk, is there anything else?
MLB, I'm hot, Goron. 3-0 day
Oh, really?
yesterday. We're
Is
hot
that
right
the
now.
regular season already or spring training or what?
Regular season, spring training is not something I do. That's like betting like Romanian soccer like you do. So, no, it's the regular season. We're hot right now.
When did that start?
Um, End of March. I've been to two Red Sox games. I'm 1-1.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. I went to the baseball game twice. I left early because I got tired of it.
We actually played the Blue Jays the last game I went. I'm surprised you weren't there. Big Blue
Oh,
Jays
yeah?
fan.
I don't know. I went, I think when I went, they were playing against St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. They won in what, 10th inning or something like that.
I don't know.
It
I
went
don't remember.
over it went over to the extra innings. And then the other one, I actually had great seats right behind the home plate.
Wow.
And that's a game where they got slammed at the end of last season, I think.
Mm,
They just got destroyed in that one. So I left in like seventh inning or something like that. I just got tired of it. But
I get it.
yeah.
I've left in the first inning before. Um, I don't know why, but I left with two outs in the first inning, top of the first inning. So I get it.
Yeah. That won't happen on a soccer match though. If I go to the game, I'm there all the way till the end.
Yeah, definitely.
And definitely looking forward to go see some games back here in Europe. Now let's get this show on the road, Kirk. Since it's only two of us, I assume we'll do this a little bit quicker than usual. But still, we have 16 games. The first one being Chelsea and Ipswich in the EPL. What do you like in this one?
Yeah. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. Ipswich on the road. They've actually been decent lately. Chelsea did play midweek. They are looking for that Champions League spot, and they are in fourth right now, as we record this video. So I don't think Chelsea's gonna really try to put 4 or 5 goals in this one. I could see a 2-1 victory, maybe a 2-0 victory, but I think Ipswich puts up a fight here. So I'm gonna go with the under 3.5 in this one.
Well, the question is, who's going to be more motivated? Is it going to be Chelsea who are fighting for the Champions League spot, or is it going to be Ipswich who's fighting to stay in the EPL for next season? I think they still have a decent chance of accomplishing that, but they can't do anything unless they start scoring more goals. So I do expect them to maybe try and do something, get to the scoreboard in this game. But I'm still going to take Chelsea to win it over 2.5 goals at minus 145. Jack is taking Chelsea minus 1.5 at minus 130. It's obvious that not all three of us can hit this free picks that we have going on. So
Why
one of us is
not?
gonna end up.
3-1, 2-1. Never mind.
Yeah, but you have
Never
under
mind.
3.5.
3-0, 3-0. There we go. 3-0.
There we go. That
There
could
we
work.
go.
Yeah, there we go.
I knew
It
there
took
was
us a
something.
second to get took us a second to get there, but yeah, that's it for this game, guys. Moving on to the next one, Liverpool and West Ham. Now, Kirk, Liverpool coming off of a loss in their last game. That was actually their third loss in 4 games. They lost to Fulham 3-2. The good news, I suppose, for Liverpool fans is that Salah signed a new contract, and I'm pretty sure that Van Dijk will be signing an extension as well over the next couple of weeks or so. But when Liverpool is the home team in this game, they haven't lost any of their last 11 games. Do you see that continuing?
Yeah, I I don't need to talk about this game long. Liverpool are in the Champions League. They're not in good form. Salah just signed a new contract, which I think is gonna really elevate the whole mood of the team because there was definitely some question marks around that. I'm just gonna lay 2+ goals with Liverpool here, as I think they win by 2+, and wrap up the league as soon as they can.
Yeah, I think they start off quickly in this game. I think they score very early in this match, which is something I don't usually take, not often at least. Liverpool first half money line minus 128. I I was hoping for a little bit of a better price, but I think it's still decent enough. So you have Liverpool minus 1.5. I'm taking Liverpool at first half, and Jack is taking both teams to score equals no at minus 115. So he doesn't expect much from West Ham, if I had to guess this side that he doesn't expect to score. No, we don't have Jack here, but the next game is Wolves and Tottenham. Kirk, Wolves in a pretty good form. Tottenham playing midweek game against Eintracht 1-1 draw. It's gonna be a tough game for them in Germany. Do you think they rest and rotate for this match?
I don't know. I think regardless, Tottenham has enough players where they shouldn't be underdogs like this. I think this is a little bit lopsided. I know Wolves are in good form, but I don't know. This line doesn't sit right with me, so I'm gonna go on the double chance here with Tottenham. I think at least it's a high scoring draw, 2-2 maybe. I wouldn't be shocked if Tottenham wins this one. I think usually they're overvalued by the books. I think here they're undervalued, so I'm gonna take Tottenham on the double chance.
Yeah, I think the prices should be a lot closer as well. I know that Wolves are super hot right now, but this is still Tottenham, the team that can score a lot of goals. I guess the midweek match that they played, the bookies are expecting them to be, I guess, fatigued or whatever. But I still think that they can score goals. So both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 108. I'm gonna ride with that. And Jack is joining you with Tottenham on the double chess at minus 165. The last game of the day, the EPL, Kirk, Newcastle and Manchester United. Manchester United got a 2-2 draw against Lyon, and it was what, 95th minute? I think that they conceded a goal for 2-2. But the good news for them, I suppose, is the fact that they're playing at home the second leg. So that should make things a little bit easier. But Newcastle is playing really well at the moment, and I mean minus 159 favorites. That's huge for this Newcastle team.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take this one first. I've done all the other three. I want to see what you have to say here because I think this one's a
Well,
tough one.
uh, I think there's going to be a lot of rotations from Ruben Amorim here for this game. They need that win against Lyon. They need to go to the semifinals of the Europa League. That's the only way they're going to be playing in Europe next season. The only way they're going to do that is if they win the Europa League. So that's probably the only thing they have to focus on right now. EPL doesn't matter to them, not even a little bit. They're sitting 13th, 38 points. Newcastle fighting for the Champions League. They are on a 4 game winning streak. They are healthy. They're effective in that attacking end. I just cannot, and I just can't stress this enough. I cannot take United seriously in this game, not even a little bit. So I'm taking Newcastle on the money line.
Yeah, uh, I don't know. Prior two games, it was 1-0, 0-0. Then it was 2-2. I don't see a high scoring game here, especially with them having another game midweek. Maybe Newcastle wins, but I don't see a high scoring one. So at the under being priced at that good price money, I'm gonna have to take it here. I think United isn't gonna go for the win here. There's no reason for them to go for the win. Even if they lose 1-0, 2-0, it doesn't really matter. I think the most thing is they conserve energy for their game midweek. So I think they're fine just sitting back here, not really doing too much. So I'm gonna take a shot with the under plus money.
Yeah, I don't necessarily expect a high-scoring game, but I think that Newcastle should get the job done in this one. And I just want to give you an update, Kirk. Real Sociedad is losing 1-0 at home against Mallorca.
Mm. So, I told you it's the 1-1 draw. It's the 1-1 draw.
Uh, Moving on to Serie A for Sunday, Atalanta and Bologna, a bit of a derby, I suppose, for that northern Italy that we have going on. Atalanta on a three-game losing streak, while Bologna hasn't lost any of their last that's six, seven games in a row, and somehow they are sitting fourth, which is the Champions League spot. Atalanta is sitting 1 point above them, so there's going to be a position change unless it ends in a draw. There's going to be a position change between these two sides. Uh,
Well, if
I don't
Atalanta
know.
wins, there wouldn't be.
Yeah, I caught myself when I said I realized if Atalanta wins, there's not going to be a position
Or
change.
draw. So one of the three ways, you're correct.
One of the two, yeah. That's low odds. One out of the three.
Yeah.
It's like 33%. That's not that great. Uh, I see that you have Atalanta on the money line, Kirk. I'm just not sure we can rely on them right now with the way they are playing and with the way Bologna is playing. I don't know, minus 135 on Bologna on the double chess. That seems like a very good price to me.
Yeah. If I had to not bet this game, I wouldn't. But since we do every game, I have to put something on the spreadsheet. Otherwise, Doctor Goran would become knocking. Where's your pick for Atalanta Bologna? So if I had to, I would lean Atalanta at plus money. I mean, it just seems like the perfect get right spot. Bologna are 1 point behind you. They're knocking on the door. If they win this, they're above Atalanta. Atalanta's been dog poop. I caught myself in the last. I mean, I told you they're bad, but if I had to lean, I would lean Atalanta here at home. They're gonna wanna. They're not gonna win the league. It's completely between. It's not between anyone. The league's over as well.
And it is. It's
Um,
not over.
but yeah, I'd lean Atalanta at home. I think they can get up for these big games. They got up for the Europa League final last season against Leverkusen. This is a pretty big game for them as well here, as other teams are coming for that fourth or third spot as well. So I'm going to lean Atalanta, but definitely not a game I'm touching.
Yeah, you know what? One of these weekends we'll do a video without us putting the picks in beforehand, and we'll just get it off the head as we are recording the video. We're gonna
All right,
make it a little bit more fun, I suppose.
sounds good.
Maybe towards the end of the season, I guess we can do something like that and just have fun on the video. I guess chat a little bit more rather than
Yeah,
talk about picks. Yeah, like I said, I'm taking Bologna on the double chess, and Jack is taking Bologna on the money line at plus 280, which is a very good price.
I'm telling you,
Uh,
Bologna is not winning this game. That's if Jack was here, I would be on him. He's not. They're not winning this game on the road. I could see a draw, but if they win this game, I mean, Atalanta is just go to the next game.
Now, what about this one then, Kirk? Fiorentina and Parma. Fiorentina coming off of a win in the Conference League on the road, but I feel like they'll be more focused on the second leg of that matchup rather than this one against Parma.
I honestly don't even know what the score was of that first leg. What was it?
2-1, 2-1
Yeah,
Fiorentina.
I mean, when you look at this game and you're a capper. You see minus 150, minus 160 Fiorentina at home against Parma. You don't even think twice. That's my free pick. Fiorentina on the money line.
Yeah, I don't think I took a single team that played midweek and that's playing next week in the Europa League or the Champions League. I don't think I've taken them in this video. And Fiorentina is the same. I'm taking Parma on the double chess at plus 107. I just feels like a 1-1, possibly even a nil-nil game to me. So I'm taking Parma on the double chess. And Jack is taking both teams to score at minus 105.
I see you
Now,
riding the
Kirk,
Parma wave after they did it
yeah,
against Inter.
well, They are undefeated in their last four games, and they actually have four draws in a row. So
Hmm.
I guess until they lose or win, I don't know. I'm gonna ride with this.
Money
Might
making
even just take the
machine.
clean draw. Yeah, might just take the clean draw here,
Yeah.
just for a better price than I suppose. The last game that we have, Kirk, is Derby della Capitale is Serie A. We have Lazio and Roma, two teams from the same city, two teams playing on the same stadium. Lazio, I know you were very upset about that on Thursday. I was too, to be honest. I had over 2.5 as a premium in that game against Bodo Glimt, but I think it was too cold for them up there in Norway. There was snow, it was like frosty, it was cold, and they did not enjoy their time in Norway. You had them, what, both teams to score in that game?
No, I think you don't know what I say about Lazio. I think I had the under 2.5. Um, so I,
You had the
I
under 2.5 in that game?
yeah, of course. Look at the spreadsheet. The
No,
hell?
I meant as a preview. You probably had something as a preview, no?
No, I didn't have a premium. If I had a
Okay.
premium, it would have been Bodo money line because I know how bad Lazio is. Um, but in this game, I think it's Lazio. I don't know. Roma could easily win this game on the road. I get why they're favored a little bit, but Lazio, they don't really concede too much, so I'm gonna go with the under here. Also, not a game I'm totally in love with. I was looking at the draw because I could see a 1-1 draw here, but I'm gonna go a little more conservative, go with the under. I can't believe, Goran, you thought I would take an over in a Lazio game as a premium. That's crazy.
Um, Both teams to score hasn't hit in the last seven games between these two teams, which is
Mhm.
insane. We have 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0, 1-0, 0-1, 3-0, and then we had 3-2, and that was back in 2021. Um, I don't know what to think about this game. Um, I think I'm leaning Roma a little bit just because they haven't had that midweek game, but I think it's going to be a tough one. I won't be betting this one. Not even close. I was looking at the cards, but the line is set to over 5.5 cards, which could easily happen in a match like this, definitely. But I don't know. I just going with both teams to score at minus 114. Maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't, but just I'm not confident in it, not even a little bit. And Jack is taking a red card, plus 250. If there's a red card, it would be in one of a game like this, a big derby. Two teams that can't really, uh, they don't really like each other, not even a little bit. Even though they're playing on the same stadium from the same city, those are usually the biggest rivalries that are going on. So, red card for Jack at plus 250. Kirk, in La Liga, we have a few games to talk about. Osasuna and Girona being the first one. Despite being in a horrible form, Osasuna are favorites at home at plus 140. Now, that tells you everything you need to know about Girona on the road. What do you have here?
Yeah, I have both teams to score. Osasuna are in terrible form. I think Girona can score on the road. I also think Osasuna at home, with them being favored, there's a reason for it. I think both teams to score is a good play here. I'm pretty sure it's priced pretty well as well.
Yeah, neither side has won any of their last 8 games, but Osasuna at home is better than Girona is on the road. Even though they've scored, I mean, Girona scored only 12 goals in 15 games on the road, Kirk, conceding 24, while Osasuna is scoring a lot at home, but they're also conceding a lot at home. So I do like both teams scoring in this one. But I'm gonna go with cards in this one. Over 4.5 cards, minus 107. I think this was gonna be very, very rough. I think it's gonna be chippy, it's gonna be intense, and I think we see at least 5 cards in this one. And as you can see, Karek Jack is going against you in this one. Both teams to score equals no for him at minus 115 as well,
What
unless
an
I have that
idiot.
wrong. Unless I have that wrong. Unless I mistakenly put in the wrong pick. Let me look that up real quick. No, it's both teams to score. No.
That's
at
fine.
minus 150.
That's fine.
Anyways, Alaves and Real Madrid. Kirk, do you think Real Madrid is out of the Champions League after that first leg?
99%. You can't really ever write them off, but I mean, it didn't really look that. I mean, hypothetically, they shouldn't have lost that game 3-0. Those two free kicks were just absurd. Um,
Yeah,
I mean, but that's what you need, a moment of brilliance, and there were two moments of brilliance. So
from the same
three's
player.
yeah, literally. It's hard to come back on a team like Arsenal. They're just going to sit back. I mean, and they're good at doing that. So I think Madrid on the road here. Some could call it a trap spot, but they're only 4 points out of the league for the title. I think that still matters to them, especially with them being down 3-0. I'm going to take Madrid on the money line here. I think it's the only thing I can take in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be scared to push this to over 2.5 as well, Kirk. I mean, Alaves is just horrible defensively. Do I think they win this game? Absolutely not. Do I think they can score a goal? Yeah, I think so. So I will go for the big money here. Both teams to score and Real Madrid to win plus 225. And Jack is taking Real Madrid to win in the first half at plus 120. Now, Betis and Villarreal. Betis playing in the Europa League earlier this week. And they were playing, no, actually, that was Conference League. And they were playing against Jagiellonia, the team from Poland, which they beat 2-0, but they have to go on the road in the second leg. Now they're playing pretty well right now. They haven't lost any of their last 8 games. And I also think this one could go either way, but these two teams are even on points, sitting sixth and fifth in La Liga standings. Villarreal is heating up a little bit, I suppose. They have a win, they have a draw in their last 2 games. But because Betis is playing next week as well, which is an important game to them, I think, not that La Liga isn't, I will put my money on Villarreal on the double chance in this one at minus 167. And I admit it's a bit juiced, Kirk, but I don't know. Maybe I put it in a double with something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Betis here. I think they're just way too hot right now in the league. Arguably, this game, in my opinion, is more important to them than the game midweek. I think they can kind of cruise control next week. They're up 2-0. Um, they can still make top four in La Liga. So I think that's a little bit more important, especially in the form they're in at home against a team they're direct competitors with. They're gonna be up for this game. I'm gonna take Betis on the money line here.
Yeah, it should definitely be a very exciting game between these two teams. Manchester City, after losing 2-0 early in the game, are now up 3-2, Kirk. So
Wow,
it's another fun game in the EPL. Marmoush scored, so there you have it. I think you had him, or was it
Jack
Jack who
did.
had him as a free pick? Yeah.
Jack did.
Moving on to actually Jack's pick for this game is over 1.5 goals in the first half at plus 170, which is something I could definitely see happening in this game. Last game in La Liga, Bilbao and Rayo Vallecano. Bilbao could not score a goal against Rangers in the Europa League, who conceded a red card, and Bilbao still couldn't score a goal. Now, that doesn't mean absolutely anything because they're playing at home in the second leg and they could easily get it done, but they could also easily lose that game. Or if it goes to overtime or penalty shootout, one unlucky shot and you're out of the Europa League. Sorry, Kirk. Uh, I'm gonna go with the draw in this one at plus 250. I don't know. It just feels like Bilbao cannot cross that line at the moment to get all 3 points.
Yeah, I get. I mean, they should have won because Rangers conceded a red card like 15 minutes in. But it's a different atmosphere over there. You don't really travel to Scotland every single day to play the Rangers. I mean, it's different atmosphere. It's leg one. Rangers want to be in it leg two still. But now Bilbao's at home. This game, they'll be at home in the next leg. It's funny because Bodo had the worst odds at plus 3,500 to win the whole thing. And now they're the only team who actually has a lead going into leg two. Every other game drew. So I think Bilbao gets the job done here at home. and then takes care of Rangers at home as well. So Bilbao money line for me.
Yeah, and I suppose Jack has pretty much the same train of thoughts about this game as well as you do. He's taking Bilbao on the money line as well. Now off to Bundesliga, Kirk. We have Stuttgart and Werder, two very hot teams right now. Two teams scoring a lot of goals. Stuttgart got to the DFB Pokal finale. They will play Arminia Bielefeld at the end of May. We talked about that for a little bit. While Werder is playing decent football right now, scoring goals, they're quite effective. And both of these two teams are still in the competition for at least the Conference League spot, if nothing else. They are 4 and 5 points away. How do you see this game panning out?
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember what I put in my spreadsheet because I was going back and forth about this one. So if you could, because I had a lot of different, yeah, yeah. I wanted to be on the Werder double chance for a while because it just seemed like a Stuttgart trap spot in a way with how good Werder's playing as well. And then I'm like, Stuttgart could easily win this game 2-1, but maybe there's a chance Werder wins 2-1. Maybe it's a 2-2 game. So basically, at the end of the day, I just put everything together. Both teams to score an over 2.5 for me at minus 153.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with in this game as well. As you can see, guys, there's a huge difference in the price between myself and Kirk. So do your shopping, get the best possible line that you can. Never leave any money on the table for the books to take because obviously they will not do it if the situation was reversed. Um, Jack is taking Stuttgart first half money line at plus 110. I'm sure he has a Jack stat or something about it. Maybe he can post it in the comments or something like that. We'll definitely tell him to do so. But it should be another fun game in Bundesliga to definitely watch on a Sunday afternoon. The second game of the day, Kirk Eintracht and Heidenheim. Like I said just a few minutes ago, I don't think I took any of the teams who played midweek and who are playing next week. And I didn't take Eintracht either. I think that they will be saving themselves. I think there's going to be probably 5 or 6 changes in the starting 11 for this game, just so that they can get into that Europa League matchup against Tottenham healthy and ready to play on Thursday. I mean, there's no real pressure on Eintracht at the moment as they're sitting third.
There is.
And
There's pressure. There's a lot of pressure.
yeah, but not I mean, yeah, there is pressure, but maybe not imminent pressure, I want to say. I mean, Mainz has a not a hard game, super hard game, but they do have a hard game on their own. Gladbach is playing against Freiburg, so I don't know. It's not like the pressure is up to here for them. So I will take Heidenheim on the double chance in this one at plus 106.
I think to relieve the pressure, you win this game because the other teams have harder games this weekend. I think Frankfurt they're gonna have to win this game if they want to play Champions League. I mean, they could win the Europa League and qualify for Champions League that way, but they're also sitting in third right now, which is automatically Champions League. So they're kind of in a tough spot here. I think this is a game they literally have to win here. So I'm going to take Frankfurt on the money line.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting to hear other people's thoughts about games like this or whatever. So let us know in the comments, guys, what your opinion is on this situation, maybe in particularly because Eintracht sitting third right now, which is the Champions League spot, but they also have a quarterfinal matchup of the Europa League next week. So we'll see how this one's gonna go. The last three games, Kirk, are in the French League One, and we have the Saint Etienne and Brest matchup going on. Uh, Non-PSG game got postponed just so that there are no questions why we don't have PSG on the video or whatever. That game got postponed. At least that's what I see here. While Saint Etienne, Kirk is sitting right now on what spot? Where are they? They're sitting 17th, 4 points away from safety. They definitely need a win out of this game, but then again, Brest are playing better football right now and are still fighting for Europe.
Yeah, I think Sunday I took all the home teams on the double chance. It's just teams fighting to stay up. and this is the time of the season where they need to at least get something at home. Same logic applies here. I think Saint Etienne, they need to get something at home. So I'm gonna take them on the double chance.
And I like two of those three picks that you took for the French League One.
Not this one, clearly.
Be- Not this one, no, because I'm taking Brest on the money line here at plus 108. I just don't think the Saint Etienne has it in them to win this game. They need it, absolutely they do, but they haven't shown anything this season for me to think that they could win this game against the team that's playing better football right now. So I'm
They don't
taking
need to
Brest on the
win. They
money
can
line.
draw.
That is true. And Jack is taking first half draw at plus 146. Now, for this game, Kirk, I definitely agree with you. I don't think that the Rennes should be not even close to the favorites that they are, plus 105. They're just so bad right now. They cannot defend. They're struggling with scoring goals. They've lost three of their last four games. And Le Havre, or Lavre,
Lavre.
Lavre,
Lavre.
Lavre, Lavre, with a win here, potentially could get above the relegation zone. And I mean, they're playing well lately over the last few games. They have a few positive results. There was some points, and they're quite confident that they can stay in the French League One for the next season as well. I'm taking a Havre on the double chess at minus 149.
Yeah. I basically explained my reasoning already. All these teams at home, they're fighting or playing very important games. I'm taking them on the double chance as well.
Yeah, and Jack is taking them on the money line at plus 250 at
Damn.
home.
I need to hear why
Damn,
he's on my
son.
team. Where is he?
Yeah,
Let's ping him. Let's ping
yeah.
him.
Well, yeah, he won't be answering. The last game of the video, Kirk, Auxerre and Lyon. Lyon, tough game against United. It's going to be tougher next week as they are playing on their own against United in the second leg. Uh, I'm going to go with the same reasoning as we did for the previous game and for all the previous teams that I did that are playing in next week. So, Auxerre on the double chess, minus 135. And I don't think we ever had a game where all three of us took the same team on the double chess, did we?
Nah, I don't think so. This is the one game I kind of agree with your reasoning on them playing midweek. It's because they have to go on the road. Bilbao, they're at home. Frankfurt, they're at home. Lazio, they'll also be at home. So they have to go on the road here after this, or they're already on the road in this game. And I don't
Yeah.
see a way they make Champions League if they don't win the Europa League, to be honest. They're a little bit too far out, in my opinion. I think there's other teams that have been playing better. So I think Auxerre on the draw here is the play.
Yeah, definitely. And Auxerre is not a bad team either.
No, they're not.
They actually have a goal difference zero. So the same amount of scored goals, the same amount of conceded goals for them this season. It's them, Lens, and Rennes who are on a zero goal difference as of
All
recording
three?
this video. All three are at the goal difference zero,
Wow, that's crazy.
which is insane. Yeah, you don't see that happening often.
No,
Uh, That's it then, guys, for this video. Unless Kirk has a parlay or something, a goal scorer parlay, Kirk.
no, I'll throw one in the comments.
There you go. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining us here. Good luck with all of your bets on Sunday. Stay tuned for those Monday free picks, and of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are those European second legs, and we'll be getting free picks for those as well. So check it out, guys. Subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you soon.